Well, Robert, once again, truth, justice, and problem solving have won out over evil. We captured the bad guys and saved the city from destruction.
And we won this really cool trophy too, Mathwoman.
Yes, Robert. It is always nice when the citizens of our fair city show their appreciation for our courage, our hard work, and our almost breathtaking... Well, why don't you put that trophy on top of the bookshelf?
Immediately, if not sooner, Mathwoman. Holy stumble bum, Mathwoman. I must have slipped.
Yes, old friend, it seems you've completely demolished the bookcase.
Oh. Well, I guess I'll just have to save my allowance and buy a new one. Huh, Mathwoman?
Nonsense, Robert. I think we can take this little disaster and turn it into a constructive learning experience. We'll make a new one. Quick, Robert, to the math computer. Okay, Robert, here's a blueprint of the bookcase before you destroyed it.
Holy constructions, Mathwoman. We're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boards that are 3 feet long for the shelves, and 1, 2, 3, 4 boards that are 5 feet long for the backs and sides.
And all the boards are 1.5 feet wide. So now that we know what we need, let's call the Lumberyard and order the boards.
Immediately, if not sooner, Mathwoman.
Okay. Lacrosse balls, lava lamps, licorice. Lumber! Fred's Friendly Lumber. Service with a giggle.
Fred's Friendly Lumber. Fred here, what do you want?
Well, I was wondering if you could send me 9 boards, all 1.5 feet wide. 5 of the boards have to be 3 feet long.
Look, I can tell you right now, we only sell 9-foot boards. We don't do custom cutting.
Excuse me, Fred. Can you hold on for a moment, please? Thanks. This complicates things a little, Robert. We'll have to order some 9-foot boards and cut them ourselves.
No problem, Mathwoman. I'll go get the math song.
Not so fast, boy number. First, we have to figure out how many 9-foot boards to buy.
Holy shopping spree, that's easy, Mathwoman. We need 9 pieces, so we'll order 9 pieces. Then we solve what we don't need. And we'll have 5 boards that are 3 feet long and 4 boards that are 5 feet long.
Well, that would work, Robert, but what about that excess you just mentioned? That's waste and costs money.
Holy deadwood, Mathwoman. If we buy 9 boards to make the 9 pieces we need, and we cut 4 5-foot pieces, they each would have 4 feet of waste, for a total of
16 feet of leftover board. And the 5 3-foot pieces would have 6 feet of waste for a total of 30 feet.
Holy addition, Mathwoman. 30 plus 16 equals 46 feet.
Robert, we just can't afford it.
Hello? Hello? I have nothing better to do than to stand here all day with a phone on my ear, even though there's nobody on the other end, so don't worry about me.
I'm sorry, Fred. We're just trying to figure out the most efficient number of boards to buy. Hold on for just another minute. Okay, watch carefully, Robert. Let's say we buy 6 boards. We can divide 1 board into 3 perfect 3-foot pieces. Now we need 2 more 3-foot shelf pieces. We'll divide this board into 2 3-foot sections, leaving only 3 feet of waste.
Wow! So now we're left with 4 9-foot boards.
Right. And we need 4 5-foot pieces for the sides and back. So we cut 1 5-foot piece from each 9-foot board, and that leaves us with 4 feet of waste per board.
Holy multiplication! 4 times 4 equals 16.
Yeah, and add that to the 3 feet left over from this board, and we get
19 feet of extra wood. Oh, holy feudal endeavor, Mathwoman. We'll never, ever find an efficient way to cut these boards.
Is this the last nail for the masked mathletes? Will they ever get a hold of themselves? Or are the peerless problem solvers about to flunk their boards?
Oh, come on!
And what about Fred?
Yeah, what about me?
For the answers to these and other hammering questions, stay tuned. Same math time, same math channel.
Okay, what times 37 equals 555?
Square One TV's roving reporter asks another mathematical question of the person on the street. Today's question, what is a tessellation?
Tessellation. Tessellation, is that really a word?
It sounds like a boy that's very nervous after a test. I have no idea.
Are these actual words taken from Webster's?
Is it like a test?
A blood test. Operation.
This sounds like a test, okay.
That I heard on Sesame Street.
It's another word for a toothbrush.
A tessellation, something that they do to the body, I don't know.
That's a pattern that uses squares and triangles and hexagons, and they're right next to each other, and they don't overlap, and there's no gaps, but it's a pattern of these, like in a bathroom tiled floor or something like that. That's a tessellation.
Tessellations. Ooh, tessellations. We're talking about tessellations. Ooh, tessellations. Geometric shape sensations. Ooh, tessellations. Who's got time for good vibrations? We got to use our imaginations. Ooh, pop, pop, ooh, tessellations. Let's decorate my surfboard with geometric shapes and lines. We can use a few polygons. We're gonna make it look so fine. We can start by drawing a grid. We'll use it as a guide. And when we're done, we're gonna have some fun. We'll hit the waves and ride, 'cause we're talking about tessellations. Ooh, tessellations. Geometric shape sensations. Ooh, tessellations. Who's got time for good vibrations? We've got to use our imaginations. Ooh, bop, bop, ooh, tessellations. Let's use a grid of squares to tessellate this plane. We'll lay down different polygons. The shapes don't need to be the same. We'll line them up edge to edge so all the sides will meet. We'll leave no gaps, no overlaps. Look at how the pattern repeats. Yeah, we're talking about tessellations. Ooh, tessellations. Geometric shape sensations. Ooh, tessellations. Who's got time for good vibrations? We've got to use our imaginations. Ooh, pop, pop, ooh. Come on and put a square here. And put an octagon there. And when they fit real tight, we'll know we're doing it right. Yeah, yeah. We're talking about tessellations. Ooh, tessellations. Geometric shape sensations. Ooh, tessellations. Who's got time for good vibrations? We've got to use our imaginations. Ooh, bop, bop, ooh, tessellations. We're making tessellations. Tessellations.
When we last saw Mathwoman and Robert, the boy number, they were trying to figure out the most efficient number of 9-foot boards to buy in order to cut 5 3-foot pieces and 4 5-foot pieces.
Well, my Kate cohort, now that we have time to stand back, relax, and think it over, I think we're ready to arrive at the most efficient way of cutting these boards. We saw that by buying 9 9-foot boards, that would leave us with a waist of 30 feet.
And if we bought 6 boards, we'd have a waist of 19 feet.
Hello? Hello, is anybody out there?
Please be patient, my good Woodsmith. We'll be right with you.
Woodsmith?
Okay, Robert. What would happen if we bought 5 boards and cut a 3-foot and a 5-foot off each 9-foot board? Tell me what you see, Robert.
Well, I see the broken bookcase, I see the math phone, I see the Mathmobile, I see the math stuff, I see the math computer room.
Very observant, old pal. What I mean is, what do you see on the screen?
Oh! I see that if we cut 4 boards into 1 3-foot piece and 1 5-foot piece, we come up with 4 feet of waste.
And what about that last board, Robert?
Well, all we need is 1 more 3-foot shelf. We'd be left with 6 feet of waste from that board. That makes the total waste from 5 boards only 10 feet.
By George, Robert, that's it. You see, through patient trial and error, we have come upon the most efficient solution to our problem.
Oh, holy clodhopper, Mathwoman. I have learned so much about math, I'm almost happy I destroyed that bookcase.
Well, let's not go making a habit out of it, old pal. Wood doesn't grow on trees, you know.
But Mathwoman, I thought wood...
No time for questions. We have to tell Fred. To the math phone. Hello, Fred. Do you have a pencil?
A pencil? A pencil. I had one when this all started, but I might have crumbled from age by now.
That's a very fine joke, Fred. Please send 5 of your 9-footers over as soon as possible.
All right.
The address is the top secret math cave, many miles beneath the bustling city.
Many miles beneath the bustling city. Well, okay, is there anything else now, or can I hang up?
No, thank you. You've been a kind and understanding wood merchant.
Wood merchant?
A gruff but lovable lumberman, that Fred.
You know, Mathwoman, there's another way to cut 5 9-foot boards into 5 3-foot pieces and 4 5-foot pieces and still end up with only 10 feet of waste.
Well, I would love to hear about it, but this episode just ran out of time.
Well, maybe our loyal viewers at home will want to figure it out for themselves.
Yeah, give it a try. If we can do it, so can you. Well, gotta go now. Be with you soon. Same math time, same math channel.
To the Mathmobile!
Let me ask you this, Pilgrim. What times 37 gives you 888?
I'll never figure that out.
That was great. Here's one for you to figure out. I have a coin. I want you to watch the coin very carefully because what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to rub there and change.
Oh, look at that.
Now, this key is going to be the key to what we're about to do, an example of mental telepathy. I want you to think of one of these items we have on the table. Now, I have a dictionary, a ring, a key, a watch, a bracelet, a thimble, a wallet, a telephone.
Right.
All right? Decide on one.
Okay.
Now, don't tell me.
All right.
All right, now I want you to close your eyes. I want you to spell the name of the item that you've selected. Spell it one letter at a time. As I tap you, spell a letter. And when you have completed spelling the name of it, then say stop.
All right.
All right? Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's begin. Have you decided on one? Don't change your mind now.
No, I got it. I got it.
Here we go.
Stop.
There. What have you decided on?
The ring.
The ring. There it is, right there. You decided on it.
Great.
Now, I'll show you how we do that.
Oh,
you see, each of these items is spelled with a different number of letters. As I point to the first two items, I point to two items at random. And then I begin with the three-letter word, key, four-letter for ring, 5 for watch, 6 for wallet, thimble, bracelet, telephone, and dictionary.
Sure.
And that's how it's done.
That's really nice.
That is great.
Oh, I just have one more question, though, Mr. Blackstone.
What is that?
How did you change the coin into a key?
Ah, well, that's magic. But the key to this is mathematics.
Mr. Blackstone?
Yes?
The girl you sawed in half?
Yes.
She's gone all to pieces.
Oh, my word, I better go to this.
Yeah.
Get the crazy glue.
You've already seen this much of Square One TV. How much do you figure is left?
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
3:43 p.m. and the Bean Sprout protest march had clobbered the traffic on the Pomona Freeway. We were working the day watch out of Mathnet. My partner is George Frankley. The boss is Thad Green. My name is Monday. I'm a mathematician. We had just started to work on a kidnapping case when we got another rather bizarre assignment. We decided to look at the last scene from yesterday's show to get ourselves up to speed.
What's up, Kate?
Orson Kane, the millionaire eccentric, has apparently ordered a hamburger, and it's been deposited on his front lawn.
Shouldn't they have called the Department of Sanitation?
Debbie, can you question Mrs. Ballpeen for us?
Sure thing, Kate.
I don't get it, Kate. A kidnapping's more important than a hamburger.
I know, George, but this hamburger is different. It's gigantic and it's made out of wood. Orson Charles Kane was an eccentric, no doubt about that. He was a millionaire many times over who indulged himself in what he called the finer things of life: lavish parties, yellow journalism, controlled politicians. He liked practical jokes like hutfoots, sneezing powders, wars. His pet project was an extravagant museum and zoo complex which was unequaled in the Western world. He purchased rare and unusual items in his travels. His latest purchase was, apparently, an oak hamburger. Excuse us, sir. I'm Kate Monday. This is my partner, George.
Frankly.
Mathnet.
Hives Bottomley. Valet.
Oh, the keys are in the car.
Now, here's my problem, young mathematicians. This morning, a truck delivered that artifact. The guard signed for it and told them to place it where you see it.
Where did it come from?
I don't know. Mr. Kane is forever buying unusual things for the museum.
Probably Bob's Oak Boy. Would you lower the lid, please?
I'm not clear what you want from us, Hives.
We need to place that work of art into the museum. And in order to use the correct winch, we must know how much it weighs.
I see. It's made of oak, huh?
The box measures 6 feet by 6 feet by 4 feet, Kate.
Is that important?
Yes. We'll go back to the office, make some calculations, and get back to you. I'll take a picture, Kate.
Well, I would appreciate all due speed. Mr. Kane will be back this evening, and he hates to see things littering up the lawn. I would like to move it inside.
We understand, Hives.
Strange, huh, Kate?
What's that, George?
That old man Kane would name his mansion after a sled. Okay, Kate. The problem is, in order to move that thing, we have to find out how much an oak hamburger box weighs.
If we assume the box is solid and find its weight, we'll have a safe estimate.
The hamburger in its box weighs less than a solid box would weigh.
Right. First, we'll need to know the volume of the box in cubic feet. Then when we know how much 1 cubic foot of oak weighs, we can calculate its total weight.
Here's a model of the box. To find its volume, we should multiply its length by its width by its depth.
So let's find the area of the top of the box. The length is 6 feet. The width is 6 feet. 6 times 6. The area is 36 square feet.
Right, that's the area. But we want to know the volume.
So we multiply the area times the depth of the box.
So multiply 36 by 4.
The volume is 144 cubic feet.
That's a good-sized burger.
But we still don't know how much it weighs because we don't know how much 1 cubic foot of oak weighs.
But I do. I called the Lumberyard, and they told me that a cubic foot of oak weighs between 45 and 55 pounds. To be safe, let's use the heaviest weight.
Better use your calculator.
Okay. 55 pounds per cubic foot, 144 cubic feet. We multiply 55 times 144. That's 7,920 pounds.
That's very heavy.
And that's without the lettuce and tomatoes.
I'll call Hives and tell him he'll need a crane that'll lift about 8,000 pounds, about 4 tons.
Not a bad day's work. Hard.
The next morning, I was a little late getting into the office. Had a dental appointment I'd been putting off. Good news. No cavities. Just needed a cleaning. Debbie Williams was in the squad room when I arrived.
Hi, Debbie. Seen George?
Morning, Kate. Yeah, he's getting half a cup of coffee. You know, George doesn't overindulge.
Did you speak with Mrs. Ballpeen?
Uh-huh.
Morning, Kate. Care for some coffee? I guess I don't care for any either.
What'd you find out?
Well, her husband has a lot of special skills. Hard to tell which one the kidnappers needed.
Really?
She let me borrow this photo album. He's sort of a jack of all trades, master of some.
Kind of a Renaissance man?
I'd call him pre-Renaissance, actually. He doesn't quite have it all together.
For instance?
Here's Mr. Ballpeen as a clown. He works kids' birthday parties.
That looks like fun.
Here he is teaching a course in automotive bodyworks. And this is Hans as a hang glider instructor. And here he is as a plumber.
And this?
He worked on the cover for a while.
That's some career.
Here he is as a test acrobat, trying out the trapeze at a circus. And here he is as a human cannonball. And this is Hans as an MC at an accountant's convention. And this last one?
What's he doing?
Cocktail pianist. Just a one-nighter.
Hard to believe anybody would kidnap him for those kind of skills.
Try telling that to his wife. She's very upset.
No word from the APB? No one has seen anyone resembling him?
Debbie, make a list of those skills and see if anyone is having a convention in town. Any circuses coming in. Check to see if there are any big birthday parties.
Sounds like a lot of long shots.
I know, but it's all we've got to go on now.
Okay. Mrs. Ballpeen said she'd call us the minute they contact her to discuss the ransom.
Mathnet, frankly. Mr. Kane? Oh, good morning, sir. I was just out at your place yesterday. Well, I like it. Do you mow that great big lawn all by your... Yes, sir. I see, sir. Gotcha, sir. Right away, sir.
Orson Charles Kane?
Uh-huh. They'd like to see us. There's been a burglary.
You mean someone stole his hamburger?
Nope. Someone stole the Despair diamond.
Mr. Kane. You're the Mathnet people who helped my staff move that ridiculous thing in here yesterday.
We didn't help them move it. We estimated how much it weighed.
But as a matter of fact, the movers found it quite a bit lighter than you thought it would be.
Oh? Well, anyway, your hamburger looks nice in here. Goes well with the pink flamingo and the chocolate-covered bust of Bach, and...
It is not my hamburger. I never saw it before. Never mind that now. The world's most priceless diamond is missing.
When was it taken?
Sometime during the night. I saw it last night at 10. Mr. Kane found it missing this morning at 8.
Can you give us a motive?
Motive? Try $50 million. That's what that diamond was worth.
Any other reason you can think of as to why someone might want to take it?
Do you know how the thief got in? I understand your security system is practically fail-safe.
It is. No one gets in or out of here unless we know about it. There's only one entrance to the grounds, and it's guarded
24 hours a day.
Might have been an inside job.
One of my staff? Impossible. They've been with me forever.
Easy enough to say, Mr. Kane.
How's that?
Obviously, your system isn't 100% dependable because someone got in and got out with the Despair Diamond.
Yes, yes, yes. I want that rock back. Whoever took it can't sell it. It's too well known. The minute he tries to sell it, the police will be notified and we'll have our man.
They can just sit back and wait till he tries to sell it then.
Maybe he won't try to sell it. Maybe he'll just possess it as I did.
The thing we have to do right now is find out how your security system broke down.
That's kind of like closing elevator doors after the horse has flown the coop, isn't it, Kate?
Not really. If the thief could make off with the diamond.
She's right. He could get back in here and rob me blind.
Wait! Hive said the burger weighs less than we thought. Maybe it's hollow.
Hollow?
You know, empty inside. I mean, even though it has pickles, tomatoes, onions, and hinges.
Hinges.
Hinges. Hinges.
Good work, George. I think we know how our man got in.
Hi. Well, what do you think? Have we done it this time?
We're working on a burglary case, and we need some information about hot air balloons.
You've come to the right place. I rent them, repair them, and sell them. I know balloons, ballooning, and balloonists.
I've never heard balloon conjugated before.
100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop. This program was made possible by grants from the National Science Foundation, the U.S. Department